what I really want to do is I want to get when I was in 8th grade, we had we ordered donuts, and we had a donut fight in the band room around all the instruments, jelly and chocolate, and I would love to have a good food fight right now.
You're just a child.
I did get into a food fight this past week.
Let's organize a POV food fight. We can get Shipley's to pitch in, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever just had food all over? You never gotten a food fight?
No,
ever?
I'll skip.
Okay. It's fun.
I'm
Even just...
I'm going to watch the news.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, I thought that National Pillow Fight was... I think that's fantastic.
Linnie, that doesn't even sound fun to me at all. Why would you want to do that? I'd be afraid like my glasses would get knocked off or something.
We need to work on that, Robyn and Lee.
Pillow fights would be... Think about it.
Why don't you organize a pillow fight in front of the murals?
Why don't we just make the campaign a giant pillow fight? Hit me with a thing.
Okay, one of them, you know how I said I don't read cartoons? Well, Sunday morning, I got up and I said, I'm reading every cartoon in the funny paper. And I did.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe what one of them was about. I'm going to get you to put this up there. Because y'all know that I'm just like stupid about people reading. I think everybody needs to read every day. Right?
Yeah,
I don't care what you read. If you read on your iPad, if you read a newspaper, if you read
something.
A book, I think you need to read something every day.
Mm-hmm. More than texts.
Yes.
And more than Facebook.
Right. I just think everybody needs to read a little bit. I mean, you don't need to sit down and read a book. But I think it's just good for the brain. It gets those juices flowing, you know. So the one day that I picked to read the funnies, look what it's about. He's going, don't you love it?
Yeah. Very good, Robyn Lee.
I know. I was excited about that. I'm keeping this after he takes it.
That should be on Facebook. That's very.
I know. I'm just really excited about that.
Yeah.
So I'll give that to Chris so he can put that up there. Okay, you ready for the last thing?
The last thing. Hit me with it, Miss Thang.
You're just not even going to believe this.
I don't believe that.
You know, last week how I was talking about. You know, half the time I feel like I'm lost.
No, you told me I wasn't going to believe that, and I don't.
She said, I don't even believe that.
But you know, like how you say things and he says something and y'all have this little private joke going on, and I'm just
kind of... I didn't know.
Last week I was looking.
I didn't know that.
Last week I was like watching myself, you know, when we were watching the video of POV.
Oh, you were literally watching yourself, not like watching yourself as you do the show, kind of keeping, you know, you were literally, okay.
Yeah. So when I went back to review the program, I'm sorry, I wasn't quite watching my words so closely with you, Linnie. I was thinking, you know, half the time I feel like I don't even know what's going on. Like y'all have some little thing or something.
Really?
And then you say something, like when I was talking about the girl that's sleeping in the clear box.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
because we knew who she was?
Yeah, no, like I have no idea who she is, right? Because you know what I'm doing?
Reading.
Yes. With the TV on.
That's good, but I don't watch TV at all. I don't.
Okay, I'm just going to read
this. Go ahead, read it.
Because you know how that was a weird thing last week about why would people go to a museum and watch somebody sleep? This makes that look normal.
Okay.
A former New Mexico shoe salesman accused... I'm going to let him swallow. Because I don't want that come spewing across the table at us, because it's going to. No, don't. Have you swallowed?
Yes.
A former New Mexico shoe salesman accused of biting off part of his girlfriend's toe has been arrested again.
Again?
This time for stalking the woman and trying to cut her big toe off with a cigar cutter. Santa Fe police said the incident Monday was the third attack on his now ex-girlfriend, go figure, who has moved to Albuquerque and had obtained a restraining order against him after 2 previous toe-biting incidents. Police said the man, who used to work as a shoe salesman at a department store, tracked down the woman in her new home and attacked her, but she was able to fight back with a metal fork and escape. He was arrested that evening after he returned to Santa Fe and sought emergency medical treatment. You know what? I've heard it all now.
I have heard it all now. Also, in addition to the toe thing, she's carrying a metal fork around. What is that?
Well, maybe she was eating.
She might have been. But who uses if I want to cut somebody's toe off, I just use a knife. Why do you use a cigar cutter?
Well, I don't know, but she must have little toes if he's using a cigar cutter.
That could be. Although there are some big cigars.
And there's some big toes.
And there are some big toes. That is an awful story, Robyn Lee. I feel slightly nauseous.
I do too, really.
Yeah. And then to see all the toes lined up or something afterwards, that would be, reminds me of McBite's.
Okay, so last week, Chris put pictures of my dog on POV, so I brought her today.
Hello.
This is Lottie Moon.
Lottie
And Lottie,
Moon.
by the time the show runs, Lottie will have a sister.
Hey, Lottie.
She's getting a sister
By the time,
in a few days.
Like, well, where did you get Lottie Moon?
The pound.
Oh, she's really cute.
Isn't she cute?
Mm-hmm.
She likes you,
And
man.
is it like her real sister? Or
No.
they're going to be like adopted sisters?
Mhm.
Okay, that's
I'm
cool.
expanding my family.
What's the other one going to look like?
She's a piebald mini dachshund. She's 10 pounds. She's about the same size.
Does she have a name?
Well, right now her name is Cerise, but that's not a name that really is easy for me to say, so I think I'm going to name her Annie Armstrong.
Okay. Let's get back to what is this dog's name? Lottie
Lottie
who?
Moon.
And what is that? Or who is
She's
that?
a Baptist missionary
Oh.
to China,
Oh.
and Annie Armstrong was a missionary in the United States.
Oh, okay.
But isn't she cute?
Yeah, she's darling. She's very
beautiful.
sweet.
She's scared of everything. So
She's
anyway,
so well behaved.
this
She's
is
so
her
calm.
debut, her POV debut. She doesn't really like that many people. She really likes you.
Well, she's really cute. I love dogs. I'm never at home, so I can't have a dog.
Yeah. It makes you stay home.
Well, I can't.
Okay, I'm going to go put her back.
Are you going to surprise us with something else?
Do you have any bunnies? I love bunnies.
She runs from me when I come over to the studio and Lottie Moon's here. She runs from me.
Oh, well, she didn't run from me.
No,
She just kind of sat in that chair.
I'm jealous.
Yes, she did. Thank you for showing and telling.
Did you ask me if I had bunnies?
Yes.
No, but that's funny that you asked me that because this new little dog that I'm getting, she is, I don't know if she does agility training or exactly what she does, but in the description of her, it says that she has the potential to be a bunny chaser.
Do you think she could go to Mars?
You fit in so well.
I think she deserves that personally.
Call back.
After you think that she's going to send her knee to Mars? Really? Okay.
You fit in so well, it scares me.
Okay.
Are y'all ready for one last thing?
All right, one last thing. Hit us.
We used to have one last question. Was that it, Chris?
Yes, now it's one last thing.
Now we call it one last thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
You got it.
You like that?
I like it.
I've been rehearsing for this show that I'm doing, and I've been working with Jack Burns at the West Side Theater Foundation, and I was down there today, and I was saying wine. He said, I really think you should say wine. You know, he's from Canada. I'm from Louisiana, right? And I was talking about the finest food and the richest wines, and then I said something about be kind.
You probably say white rice too,
I
don't you?
I don't even hear it. You know, I just don't. And I kept telling him, he said, you need to, make those eyes different. He was trying to be nice. And I said, oh, you can just tell me I sound like a hick. And I said, you're going to have to point out each one because I just don't hear it. I mean, I drink wine and
So how do you say wine?
Wine.
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 How do you say R-U-I-N though? Yeah, that's a tough one. How do you say that?
I say ruin.
Ruin.
Ruin?
It will ruin.
I say
It will
I say
ruin. It will ruin.
You say ruin?
Ruin.
Ruin.
It
It'll ruin.
sounds
I say
worse when you
ruin.
imitate
You're
me.
gonna
But if it's R-U-I-N-E-D, it's runt.
I ruined.
Like
I ruined
And
it.
it's spelled, that's spelled R-U-R-N-T. Runt.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that. Yeah.
If somebody's,
Ruined?
if the milk is
Something's
spoiled,
ruined.
it's runt.
Runt.
Well, is it spoiled?
No, he said
or just
R-U-R-N-T.
spoiled
He's making
and
fun
runt?
of
I say
Okay,
spoiled.
yeah.
But I
Okay.
say run.
When you have 25 cents, what do you have?
A quarter.
What do you do to clothes to make them flat?
Iron.
He might say earn. That's what I do for money. I earn it. Was there some?
I'm not worried. I'm not sure where all that
Do
came
you
from.
earn it or do they just pay you?
Oh!
X-rays don't lie. A man who tried to flee from a New Hampshire jewelry store with a diamond ring worth $3,200 swallowed it. How do you say when you do this? What do you say?
Swallowed.
Okay. I would say swallowed. The employees at the jewelry store said the guy came in Thursday and was looking for an engagement ring. The police said the 52-year-old guy picked up a ring and ran toward the door. Workers confronted him, saying they saw him put his hand to his mouth and swallow. He denied swallowing the ring. Police got a search warrant and brought him to the hospital, where X-rays showed the 14-karat white gold ring with her princess cut diamonds inside of him. He was arraigned on charges of theft and falsifying physical evidence. It wasn't immediately clear whether he had a lawyer, but his $50,000 bail includes the ring's recovery. I wouldn't want that ring anymore. I'd be done.
No, I don't want to see that proposal.
Oh, and I guess they just have to sit and wait.